What's up, guys? John Claymore here. Now, this video right here is being done and began in a manner that I normally don't do videos. I very rarely do them like this, but I wanted to do it like this because obviously I was on my computer, so I wanted to kind of react to this, and I had planned on doing something sports related for tomorrow, but obviously we now have the situation where Stephen A. Smith has let's just say he is responding back to those who criticized him for having a conversation last week with Clay Travis. Now, this video here, like I said before, is kind of being done in a format that I'm probably going to start eventually doing videos in the future. I'm just kind of like re-breaking myself into it for whatever reason. It's harder for me to talk on a Yeti microphone than it is to actually speak in front of a Rode microphone in my phone. But still, though, we need to go through this because obviously Stephen A. Smith is, let's just say he's kind of in a bind right now, being forced to respond to everything that is going on, especially all the criticism and especially the fact that ESPN is obviously upset about this. And, of course, Fox News firing Tucker Carlson earlier today. I found out about that. I was going to plan on doing a video, but I have to do this right here first because I'm not going to have a lot of time tomorrow to actually get these videos out. So with that there being said, let's go ahead and do this.
Because I sat down and had a conversation. These are the people who are a problem. Before I get into my comments about Fox News, let me say I thoroughly enjoyed my conversation with Clay Travis. He has his opinions, I have mine. He expressed them cogently, with clarity. You can agree or disagree. I have my opinions. That's what makes the world go round. That's what No Mercy's about. And that's what the hell it's gonna stay about, as long as I'm on this show.
Now, really quick. In the previous two videos that I've done on Stephen A. Smith, I have mentioned the fact that I think that Stephen A. is trying to distance himself. Well, I wouldn't say distance himself. I would say that he's probably preparing to leave ESPN at some point in time. Now, I wanted to do a project on the fall of ESPN, like when did they actually fall apart. There are some out there who theorize that ESPN will no longer be a network by 2030, and we all know the real reason why. Them leaning into wokeness made it completely impossible for people to watch it. And of course, I did a video earlier today about Phil Jackson and what he was saying about 2020 and how politics and BLM ruined the NBA for him to where he can't watch it. And by the way, Phil Jackson's not even a conservative. If anything, he's always been somewhat of a hippie and a bit of a Zen man. But then again, at the same time, we don't really fully know his politics. He may have gotten more conservative over time, but still at the same exact time, I'm pretty sure you guys are kind of picking on my drift. The fact is that ESPN, they went political, they went fully woke. Now, Stephen A. played the woke card for a while, but as he was basically exposed by Kwame Brown and multiple others, Stephen A. is not really truly that woke. He's just a common, normal, moderate lib who doesn't believe in the cancel culture, but obviously he's getting paid $12 million a year to toe the line for ESPN. Now, he has one more year on his contract, and it's very possible that Stephen A. might be looking at the situation saying, I have no idea how much longer this company is going to last, especially the direction they're going. And he's kind of sort of hedging his bets and kind of getting out in front saying, look, let me go ahead and start a brand new podcast. Let me go ahead and maybe look at another, maybe look at another job. I mean, because, Stephen A. is marketable. Stephen A. can go to Fox News or anywhere else and possibly get a job and actually not have to worry about company rules. Stephen A. has got that type of name. He can actually do that.
As long as I'm doing this. Let me be very, very clear. I talk to everybody. I don't agree with a lot of people or a lot of things that people say. I don't believe that's a reason to hate them. Any more than I want that to be a reason for them to hate me. Listen to what I have to say. If my points are valid, man up, woman up, and admit it. If it's still wrong and you believe that in your heart, then say so. We move on. Because that's what I'm going to do. Sean Hannity was on this show. Hopefully, Candace Owens will be on this show.
Now, really quick, those of you who don't know, Stephen A. Smith has actually been close friends with Sean Hannity for a long time. I used to watch Hannity back in the day. I stopped watching Fox News right around 2017 time frame when I kind of figured out that Yeah, with Roger Ailes being gone, they were going in a bit of a direction that I wasn't entirely okay with, especially given the fact that if you know who Rupert Murdoch is, then you'll know that he's kind of he's a little bit on the shady side. Now, the thing about Candace Owens, and I did a video on her, and I kind of commented, and this has been a long time ago. I did it on the Steven Crowder Daily Wire ordeal, and it's funny that Matt Walsh, of course, he has been for the most part demonetized here on the platform. And he has said today he's going to be posting all of his content to Twitter. And I mentioned in that video with everything that's going on with the Daily Wire, with how they have, let's just say they have these things in their contracts where they punish you for getting in trouble for big tech. They dox your pay, stuff like that, which is really what Steven Crowder was raising the most amount of hell about. You got to wonder if Candace Owens could have gotten more money. As a matter of fact, it was Nick Rekieta mentioned it, that he thought that she was being stupid during that entire ordeal. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Candace Owens has still got the appeal. Now, regardless of what you may think about her, Candace is very talented. Stephen A., in my opinion, is somebody that I think if you got him away from the script, could possibly be swayed. Now, like I said, I've said this on every video involving Stephen A. Smith. I don't think Stephen A. Smith plays the race. He obviously does play the race car, but I don't think he plays it out of pure malice. I think he does it because he is strictly scripted to do so, almost like a parrot. I mean, it's kind of like what Kwame kept on saying about him, his white daddy. You know, he has a white daddy. He has somebody to hand him lines, and Stephen A. is getting a lot of money. But let's be honest. As much money as you may get, as great as it is, it doesn't always buy happiness. For the most part, it just gets you security and makes life a little bit easier. But even rich, wealthy people are unhappy. Is it possible that maybe Stephen A. sees this and maybe he's fighting back because he knows at some point in time he's going to need to get away? I mean, ESPN is not going to fire him, but they could definitely look at him and say, we don't want to renew your contract. They could do that because he refuses to walk the line, or they could do it because they're losing a lot of money.
So you're damn right it's going to have Clay Travis on. And all the liberals, and all the conservatives, any of them that people want to hear from and people want to listen to and watch and view. If they want to come on No Mercy, I'm going to welcome them on. Can't wait to have Cornel West on.
You challenge.
Can't wait. Can't wait to have my brother Michael Eric Dyson on, Mark Lamont Hill on, Karen Hunter on, the great Joe Madison, the Black Eagle. Can't wait to have them on.
And those conversations right there are going to be absolutely stupid, because if you know who Mark Lamont Hill is, the guy's a total freaking beta male. And a lot of the names he just mentioned are complete total beta males. Now, I can tell you right now, I'm going to kind of sort of play the wait and see game with Stephen A. because we don't fully know exactly what direction he's going to go. He may try to thread the needle and try to be a little bit more moderate, be more of a little bit more towards the center on issues. I don't think that's going to be the case. He's obviously not going to be red-pilled anytime soon, but I would still love to see the conversations. And if he can actually have the same type of conversation he had with Clay Travis, it may actually be somewhat productive.
But there's going to be folks on the conservative side, too. That's how I roll. I talk to everybody. I didn't study journalism and get in the field of journalism and spend 30 years in journalism, succeeding to the degree that I had by ostracizing one side because I don't agree with them.
Actually, I got to disagree with you there. I mean, I have to disagree with you on that one, dude. Stephen A., like I said before, I did not say that you play the race car out of malice, but you obviously have done this when told to do so, even though you were told to do so. And I understand that obviously it's a job, but still at the same exact time, though, dude, I mean, seriously, you can't sit here and something else, too. If he's saying stuff like, well, I'm going to have conversations with everybody, that's great, but that remains to be seen. It doesn't take away from what Stephen A. is known for. And obviously someone else has defined him, meaning ESPN. ABC, all the other networks he's worked for have obviously paid him to take a certain stance, which I'm pretty sure he's got some of that in the system anyways. but still at the same exact time. And like I said before, I understand that what I'm saying is that he's probably trying to create a platform where he can leave because he's probably nowhere near as woke as they pay him to be. But still, though, it doesn't mean that we can't excuse anything you've said in the past. However, and this is where I'm going to end the video at, because Stephen A. is going to have a little tough road to hoe here. Let me say this. Stephen A. Smith is obviously well respected in the business. He's obviously very well respected in the world of sports, or at least in sports media. I don't know if he's really respected in the world of sports, but definitely in sports journalism and sports media. Let me say this. If Stephen A. thinks that he's going to be able to thread the needle and he's going to be able to do what he does without getting criticism from the entire left-wing side, he's absolutely wrong. He can sit here, him and Han, be the parrot all he wants. And like I said, he's talented, even though there's obviously a lot of mistakes on his end. If you actually go back and look at his body of work, how many times he's been wrong. Still at the same time, though, he's obviously talented and he knows how to bring in the bread because it's his personality. But you got to ask yourself a question. How much of that was scripted? And also to go on top of that, how is he going to respond when he is getting hit by his own for having those who are conservatives? Now, guys, I'm making this video not just to tell you exactly what I think is going to happen, but also to kind of let you guys know that you might want to be a little bit forewarned ahead of time. Because Stephen A. could, in fact, kind of go back in that hole. I think he could be swayed on some issues. I kind of saw that with Clay Travis. But still at the same exact time, I say, well, let's see. We do not know. Either way, though, he's definitely somebody who can make it on his own. But we will see. Guys, John Claymore, if you like this content, please hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, sign up in the comment section. I just want to make this very, very quick piece. Make sure you guys do hit, and in fact, do hit that like button. This video will be out sometime tomorrow afternoon, being on Tuesday, and I will see you guys later.